Hello there, and welcome to the Impact Zone podcast. We are back once more with more TNA wrestling shenanigans. And today we've got some absolutely breaking news, absolutely massive news here. I have to do this in a bit of an awkward way. I'm actually just about to go into a appointment. So I've got to record this fairly quickly, but actually two bits of fairly massive news. The first one obviously is absolutely huge news between WWE and TNA signing a multi-year partnership. We don't know exactly what this is going to entail, how long it's going to be, but multi-year. Like we said before, I think, as we were talking about Master Slamovich turning up on NXT, that, hey, this seems like the partnership's continuing. So far, from what I've read and what I've kind of seen, this is mostly to do with NXT wrestlers. This is not going to be main roster stars. It's still somewhat major news, I guess, to some extent. But we were talking about how it's still fairly one-sided with WWE getting all of TNA's major stars that they basically want, and then TNA just getting whoever's WWE rejects effectively. So hopefully, they actually decide, we'll actually give you, a few more people here or there that actually have some name value behind them or whatever else, or we'll actually promote some of this stuff a little bit more than barely at all or whatever. It was interesting that they actually did, preview or at least promote a little bit Genesis. But again, NXT, they're still on the CW, right? I'm pretty sure from what I was being told. I don't think they've moved to Netflix. I'm not 100% sure. But, either way, it's still a step up in some regards. I get that. I get that we get some exposure, which is, something that they definitely need. Even though one of the or a couple of the deals of exposure, I feel like they're not doing it right. They're on repeat on Sunday or Saturday, and then Tuesday or something like that. And it's there's no point in doing that. No one's going to watch those shows that are on Saturday or Sunday or whatever it is, and then again on Tuesday or whatever other day it is. No one's going to watch those shows, dude. If it's making way eventually for them saying, okay, well, we're going to put it on live on Thursday, effectively doing a simulcast, then it will be good. Or even a few minutes delay is too much, really, because again, especially with these shows, it's when these shows are taped weeks in advance, it's well, people already know all the results. That's what one of their biggest problems is. And we actually found out that I believe that the 20th, I think it is going to be a live Impact from Orlando. So yeah, that's also a bit of news that sort of trickled out. The other bit of news, or more major news, is that Busted Open Radio will be hosting something at the countdown to Genesis. So I don't know exactly what that entails. They sort of did some stuff a long time ago in the past, hosting something with TNA. I don't really think that they did that good of it. I think they should have had a match to commentate on or something like that, because it would have just been a lot better to have this sort of thing. Again, maybe a lot of people have talked over the years about how WWE should just buy TNA for the tape library and whatnot and this sort of thing. Now that they've kind of got some access to some footage potentially, it's well, you've kind of got that, which is kind of good. But again, it's just one of those things. I think they should certainly hold on to that intellectual property as long as what they can, because there is still value in it. In regards to that, but still, we've got to keep this. This is huge news. We've just got to keep this going And again, I don't know how much it's going to happen or whatever, as far as like the more major names, even on NXT, coming over. It's like, well, then they've kind of got to win or whatever else it is, because like, what are you going to do with these guys if they're not winning? Like, they're going over to TNA to lose. Like, what? But yeah, guys, it's massive news. Either way, we're like had like massive news there the other day. Few things here and there, and we're going to have some more news probably at Genesis. I don't know actually why they didn't sort of save this to Genesis to some extent, but like is to build up what's happening at Genesis as well. So they're going to have some NXT stars there. Probably on the pre-show. I have the feeling that there's going to be some appearances from some people just to be like, hey, or whatever, stare downs and whatnot. But there's obviously going to be more than that. But if you can continue to say we're going to send, some people that, we don't really have much plans for them on the main roster right now. We're going to send them back down to NXT. Or actually, we're going to send them to TNA. Especially people that have, history there. Bobby Roode, those sorts of people. Abyss. We'd just like to have them back. But again, it's like, well, we understand that they're getting paid big money over there. So, and it is what it is. But again, it's just one of those things. We would like to have some of our guys who understand the heart and soul of TNA coming in and working with us. I think I'm going to have to do a bit more on this, but it's one of those things. I'm probably pretty late as it is to the party. So I don't know how much more to do on this discussion. You guys can let me know if you want to see more of this, because I just seen the news and I thought, well, I've got to react to it. I've got to send something out and say something about it. But it's just that, I've got to go to an appointment in like a couple more minutes. So, I only had a few minutes just to throw this thing together and say what I had to say and had to think about it straight away. Like, it's insane. It's really insane. It's like we knew that this sort of deal was like potentially in the works perhaps, or there was some kind of deal in the works, but it's like, like with the Blacksmith collab and a few other collabs, it's starting to be like, man, TNA is getting up there. And I think, again, if they start to become a close second to AEW, then that's where the business will become really healthy, because like then you'll have like the real option of saying, well, am I going to go to AEW or am I going to go to TNA? I have both of those options, and if I go to TNA, actually I could realistically get that foot in the door a lot easier with WWE if I want to go there. Now, does everyone want to do that? No. And again, I just don't like that narrative that everyone wants to go there and everyone wants to be there and that kind of thing, and ultimately everyone will end up there. It's just not the case, like that doesn't happen, to everyone, and just not everyone wants to do that, because hey, it's a lot of dates, it's a lot of work. Yes, you get paid quite well over there, but still there's a lot more to it than just, oh yeah, I'm getting paid good money to go and do this thing. And it is your passion, I get that, but still it's a lot of work and a lot of time away from your family, even more so than what it normally is. But anyway, guys, that's all I've really got to say right here, right now. Unfortunately, as I said, I don't have much time to throw this together. So yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think. I think it's good in most ways, but I hope for more kind of major crossovers from NXT. So hopefully we'll be able to get something more out of this, rather than just like, here's some random handoffs or whatever else it is. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and hope to see you in the next one.